Hi, my name is Haley, and the topic I chose to look into for my project was why the cost of higher education has gotten so expensive in the United States. In the past 10 years, from 2008 to 2018, the cost of average tuition in the United States has increased by 38%. That's without just like the inflation of the normal currency. The net price to attend a public four-year college now has doubled since the turn of the century, according to one of my sources I have linked at the end. Also, the average cost of tuition is close to $7,000 a semester for the average student at a public university, and that's if they receive a fair amount of scholarship as well. And the average student debt in the United States today is $29,800. As you can see from the demographic I'm showing that I found from one of my sources listed below, the average tuition inflation of a public four-year college has doubled in the past 20 years, from around $5,000 to $10,000 a semester. This links well with the other source I spoke about previously that says the average cost of just tuition is $7,000 a semester, and then with food and housing on top of that, that's where they found that $10,000. With these cost factors in mind, I now want to turn your attention to a few reasons I've found that the cost has been increasing so greatly in the United States in the past 10 years. One of the big reasons that kids my age have a hard time paying off their student loans because college has gotten so expensive is they're not actually sitting down to calculate the cost benefit of attending college. Will you actually get a return on your investment from graduating college with the amount of money you're putting into your education? A lot of young adults assume that they're going to get a return on their investment because attending college is what is typically known as correct. But actually, if you were to attend trade schools or even not attend college at all, chances are you're going to end up making more in the end for typically some occupations. Another reason the cost of college has gotten so expensive out of pocket is because scholarships are being stretched amongst more students now as well. Just because there's more students enrolling in school doesn't necessarily mean more scholarships and grants are available. They're just being spread amongst more students, which means less help with costs. It's just more out of pocket then. On top of this, it's also really common to need to hire new professors to teach the inflating amount of students that are enrolling in public universities. So when you hire more teachers, you have to raise the price of tuition, and it ends up coming out of pocket. The last reason is the colleges are trying to operate more as businesses, and they need to make money in the end. The third reason I'd like to discuss is colleges are adding too many frills to their university, which actually just increases the cost of tuition. By this, I mean if your college adds a pool or benches or pretty flowers, all of that actually still affects how much you're paying in tuition. So some universities that are adding these things or new sports, which actually Grandview has been doing in the recent years, that inflates our tuition and it comes out of pocket. So it's another reason that the cost of college has been increasing in the past 10 years. The final and most interesting topic I found personally is one of my sources brought up the idea that they're putting too much emphasis on sports at universities, which ends up increasing the cost of tuition for the normal student. Normal students end up paying for the good athletes on full rides to attend their college because the full ride obviously gets a full ride scholarship, so that has to come from everybody else's tuition. And actually, commonly, sports aren't profitable. They're just needed at schools to attract students. And when you add new sports, as I discussed earlier, Grandview's been doing, then that has increased tuition as well. So all of these frills, and I guess you can even say sports counts as a frill, all makes tuition increase in the end. So with all these points I made, I bet you're wondering what you can do to help assist the average cost for you to attend a university. One of the most effective ways to keep the cost of college down is to actually look into attending a 2-year community college before attending your public university. As you can see from my second demographic, the average cost to attend a 2-year college is around $8,000, $9,000. I believe that has to be in a year, compared to $21,000 for a 1 year at a 4-year public university. Attending that community college keeps the cost down by way less than even half the price. And finally, the last couple of tips I have for keeping cost of college down is to shop out colleges and look at that cost benefit that I had discussed as my first point, and also limit your personal debt by saving and paying off as you can, and also actually going on a scholarship hunt, because it can be very tough sometimes, but I promise there's something out there. So in conclusion, the average cost of college has gotten so expensive in the United States because children aren't shopping out colleges, there's too many frills and sports at universities that are not actually profitable, and scholarships are being stretched further amongst students nowadays. My suggestions to help these problems are hunt for scholarships, apply for financial aid, and attend community college first if available. Thank you.